Oh, hi, Mark. So I saw The Disaster Artist, and this is a movie probably that I've anticipated to see the most. I mean, you got some of the best people working on this movie with James Franco, Dave Franco, Seth Rogen, all these people working on this movie to tell the story of this guy named Tommy Wiseau. And what this movie is about is, like, if you've seen my Room review, it's basically about the making of The Room. It stars, James Franco as Tommy Wiseau and his brother Dave Franco as Greg Sestero. And kind of like how the movie kind of became what it is. What I liked about this movie the most is the fact that it didn't paint Tommy Wiseau to be an idiot. I mean, he acts like a dumbass in this movie. I mean, that's kind of a given. But he actually makes him sympathetic. Like, you feel for this guy. Like, it's someone who actually wants to make their dream to make a movie in LA a reality. And you gotta commend the guy for that. And it's really interesting to watch, and it's not necessarily based on accounts of other people. It's mainly based on this book called The Disaster Artist, written by Greg Sestero. That's where most of this information comes from. And it's all about him meeting Greg Sestero in acting class and then going to LA to produce it. Now, it does center around some certain aspects of the movie that a lot about the book that a lot of people aren't familiar with. Like, for example, the fact that you never really know how old Tommy Wiseau is, where he's from, and where he gets all this money from that he has. Because he pulls up in this Mercedes to pick up Greg Sestero, and they're like, how'd you afford this? He funds this entire movie by himself, which exceeds upwards of $6 million, buys all the video camera footage for for digital and real, which is almost unheard of at the time. And it tells the phenomenon that became The Room. And what do I think about it? This movie is an Oscar caliber movie. I mean, James Franco is Tommy Wiseau in this movie. He is so damn good. It is actually admirable to watch him play this role and kind of fall into this role, because there are people oh, that's so and so playing this. No, James Franco is Tommy Wiseau in this movie, and it's a gem to watch, because everything he does is perfect. From the guy's laugh, his mannerisms, how he talks. It's hilarious to watch. I mean, he's not trying to poke fun at Tommy Wiseau. He's just trying to be, this is what Tommy Wiseau was described as. And Tommy Wiseau is an enigma wrapped in a mystery, and that movie kind of shows, not much is known about Tommy Wiseau. But the thing is, it's kind of also from the perspective of Greg Sestero, the main actor who plays Mark in this movie. And, kind of what he goes through and kind of what goes through his head and his life. And, like I said, you gotta love this movie for what it is. This is one movie, and this is one of the very few movies that I would pay to go see it in theaters again. I cannot say anything bad about this movie except for one thing. And that is, if you aren't familiar with what The Room is, you will be confused by what this movie is about, or what this movie even is. You won't get a lot of the jokes or think a lot of things are funny because you don't really know what this is about, because it's kind of it relies on the fact that you know what The Room is about ahead of time. And that's really the one bad thing, and it's really not a bad thing, because this movie is for a target audience. It's for the people who have seen The Room. I've seen The Room. My girlfriend Allie has seen The Room. She loved this movie. And what I liked about this also is that they actually, at the end of the movie, they actually show side-by-side scenes of James Franco recreating scenes from the movie and putting them side-by-side during the credit roll. And, there's cameos from people like Josh Hutcherson. Seth Rogen's in it plays a very minor role. Chris R. from the movie is played by Zac Efron. Megan Mullally is in this movie very briefly. It's a very fun movie to go see. If you've seen The Room, this movie is going to be amazing, and you will absolutely love every second of this movie. And I give this movie a 10 out of 10. This is the best movie I've seen this year, hands down. I have not seen a better movie that I loved more than The Disaster Artist. Alright, thank you for watching my review. If you want to watch my next one, or my last one actually, it is over here. I'll click my face right down below. Subscribe, that'd be awesome. I try to upload at least once a week, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!